All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. If you're new to me, new to my channel, new to my show on YouTube, please do subscribe so you can take advantage of all the current shows, all the previous shows, all the shows coming up. It is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to bring to you these amazing, wonderful speakers who are sharing their wisdom, their teachings, their journeys, their processes, their healings, their mini readings, etc., so that we can all thrive, so that we can all awaken to happiness now. And so today, my dear friend Marlenea Johnson is back with us, and we're going to be talking about detoxing your energy now and flow in abundant freedom. So some of what we're going to talk about is the importance of detoxing your energy now, how ancient energy is keeping you imprisoned secretly, the effects of imprints imposed upon you by others, the only way to truly heal. And Marlenea is going to be taking live caller questions, and we'll be facilitating an activation, the magical infusion of accelerated healing. So all that, and of course, always so much more. And if you don't know Marlenea, she's been with us many, many times. She always brings high vibe energy to the show. She is a prosperity advisor. She's self-taught. She's internationally known. She's a master manifestor, abundant life coach, motivational speaker, classical Feng Shui advisor, light worker, intuitive energy healer, and a clairvoyant angel channeler, and of course, so much more. So we'll talk to Marlenea about all her wonderful gifts and talents and abilities. But I think we're all excited to get the show on the road. So everyone, please join me in welcoming Marlenea back to the show. Marlenea, welcome.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. Today I have a couple things to do for this call, but I wanted to start it out with something really amazing that happened here, which I usually don't share my own testimonials, but this is so profound and it works very well with what we're doing. All right. Well, some of you know that I live in the tropics, and we recently had, a hurricane where I am, and I stayed during it. And the next morning was like a bomb went off in the backyard, and my tenant and I said, "Well, we'll do piece by piece," and we just basically got everything put back in place a couple of weeks ago. So after the whole thing was over, I looked in the backyard and there was a beautiful tree that is, protecting me from different things. And it was 150 feet tall, if not taller. And I looked up and it was dead. And I'm like, oh, it's in my romance corner. I work with Feng Shui, and I'm like, let me see what we can do here. My tenant said, well, I can take some branches down, but that tree is dead. You're going to have to call somebody. I'm like, oh, there goes $2,000 or more, for that. I'm like, wonderful. So I said, well, I'm not going to do it now. So I came back in and I thought, what can I do? Right. And I'm just sitting there and I got an idea, and I went outside and I actually touched the tree, and I was telling the tree, thank you for your service. I really love you. You're beautiful. And I'm talking to it. You gave me beautiful service, and, expressing love to the tree. And then I said, well, you know what? It's been a long time since I did this. And I got my hose and I wet all the roots of it and up the, trunk and onto the first level of it where the branches started, to come out. Well, it had no leaves left or anything. It changed color to the dead color. And I still did this love. And I said, I'm going to wash you, and remove all the residue, we'll call it, from all the time you were here. Because I've been here 10 years and it's been beautiful. And I'm like, okay. So I came back in after that. And I'm sitting there watching a show that I like, and I got a really crazy idea. And I said, aren't there tree surgeons, And I said, well, that'll be expensive too. I said, let me, go into meditation. And what I had here was a little tube of this green stuff that actually feeds bamboo plants. And I said, I'm going to give it a little shot of that. I said, on your way out, okay, I'm going to give you a little shot of, spiritual vitamins, I called it. And I said to the universe and the angels, I said, I know there's an angel assigned to this beautiful tree that I absolutely love, and I'm sending love to it and thanking it for its service. And I said, if you could change this, you know, liquid here into the vitamins and nutrients that this tree needs, that would be wonderful. And so I poured it around the bottom of the trunk where the roots will go down in the ground. And I said, there's some love. I gave it more love. And I called it green love because your heart chakra is green, right? So I said, cosmic love, go into the tree and send it love from me. So I came back in, and for about 2 weeks, the tree still looked dead. And my tenant said, I got some branches off it, but I can't reach them. And you're going to have to call the guy. And I said, I'm waiting. He said, okay. I said, because it, I said, I'm just watching the tree. So 2 weeks after that, it took about a month, I looked up at the tree. At the very top of the tree, and just imagine the tree with hardly any branches on it, no leaves left, and there's broken branches hanging. At the very top of it were 2 parts growing leaves. And I was like, oh, I called my tenant over. I said, look, the tree. And he said, yeah, we'll see. So I'm like, all right. So about a week later, I saw more. I'm like, it's coming back. And I'm like going over to it, touching it, saying, I love you. I told you you're beautiful. You're getting even more beautiful. And, all that. And now it is fully leaved. You can't see any of the broken branches. But to top it off, it's in my love corner, right? Romance corner. It has now sprouted beautiful pink flowers. And it never had them. And I said, the tree received love. And that's what it needed. It went through a storm, right? It was devastated. And now it's full of love. And I just, it's
That's amazing.
profound.
Yeah,
It's
beautiful.
making
That's
me cry
amazing.
because it's like, wow. So,
Yeah.
like we're in the healing room, but so when we are devastated, traumatized, right? Abused, neglected, unwanted, unloved, whatever. Love is the answer, okay? And the chart is love and above. So that's where we're going today. We're going into the healing room where a solution is there, no matter what the situation looks like. I have faith to believe that something different used will support your next level. So where you feel stuck, that's where we're going. Okay, so in order to start the call, I want to bring the Zoom room into the healing room right now. So we're going to turn this room into the healing room. So the energy in this space that we're all in right now, those here and those that are watching later, are all going to be put into the new vibration where everything is possible, and we are in the vortex of the universe and no longer on the earth plane. We are in the next vibration where there is miracles and magic happening as we're talking today. So as we're sitting here, just relaxing and having a good time, the healings are taking place that everybody needs, because I'm going to ask that the spiritual medicines that are needed for each and every person here begins to fill them. So it's good to stay on the call to the very end to receive the actual activation. But right now we're opening up the portal into the healing room. So visualize yourself in the healing room. Wherever room you're in right now, you're in a healing room. So everything in, on, and around you, it's going to be shifting. So you may feel it, you may not. But there's love here beyond measure. The same love that was put into that dead tree is that love that's leaving me and going into the healing room. So let's begin with that, Shefali.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Let's go.
So do you want us to all have an intention or something, or what?
Well, they all know what their goals are, right? What they're wanting, right? I don't even like that word, but what they would love to experience, let's put it that way. Everybody knows. And you know why you're here. Some people are here every day with you, and others have come, you know, to join me and you on this call. So as you are here, the universe knows your thoughts, and they know exactly where you're at, what level you're at, you know, and that's the thing. So you can say, I want this thing, you know, whatever it is, and the universe has something much better than that, you know. So that's the way it is. Like the tree was ready to give up, but I wasn't. When it received the love that it needed, it came back to life, but in such a more beautiful way. I mean, what could be more beautiful than pink flowers in the romance corner, right? Peonies, everybody uses. So I said, that's my peony tree now. It's my love tree. So I am going to get some kind of a beautiful sign and hang it on the tree. It's going to say, my love tree, you know,
Nice.
and yeah, and it's going to have to be weatherproof, but I think that'll be beautiful for just the reminder of what happened, you know, in this year. It's like, wow, what a miracle. It cannot be denied. I mean, I've taken pictures of it before, right, after the storm, and I've tried to take some this time, but the sun was glaring, so I'm going to wait till a day when it's not glaring so much and get the pictures of the pink flowers on it. And I'm sure my neighbors are going to come over and they're going to say, how come that's got flowers on it now? I'll be like, let me tell you. And, you know, maybe it will impact them as well to think about giving your, you know, trees, your plants, your, you know, we do it to our water, right? But have we ever done it to ourselves, where we gave ourselves real love, right? We weren't taught to do that. We were taught to beat ourselves up. So I want to talk a lot about the importance of detoxing your energy, because we were taught to clear the energy. So we clear it. That's wonderful. But what about this? I was in my class the other day, and we had a real group of people there that were funny as well. But this one lady kept messaging the teacher and asking, you know, about her home. And he showed his living room. And he said, you see, I just have a sofa, and this coffee table, you see, I push it back. He said, so all you'll see is my sofa in my living room. He says, I don't like clutter. I want open space everywhere I am. It has to be airy so that, you know, energy can go through. And she says, well, I don't have any clutter in my house. And he's like, really? Okay. He goes, I'm coming over, which he wasn't. I'm coming over right now. I'm going to put blindfolds on you, and I want you to run around the room. And whatever you bang into is clutter. So I started laughing because I could picture her, you know, running around the room, banging into coffee tables and whatever. And I'm like, wow. But when we go and clear the energy, right, it could be any energy, All right. So just say you have, sadness, and you say, I'm going to clear the sadness now. and take Marlene's joy. All right. And fill my heart with it. Now, if we blindfolded, okay, a healing little, avatar, and we sent them into you, and we said, now, run around now. They cleared that sadness. Would that little avatar be banging into sadness is over here, anger's over here, right? That kind of thing, because we're only clearing on one level. We're not getting in and detoxing it at the root. Think about detox. So if somebody was in need of detoxing, they have to stop doing that thing, right? And then your body goes through a detox. And that's what happens with energy if it's not supported. So you can clear it, on one level, and the residue is still there. So there's still a root of that there that needs to be cleared as well. So it needs to be cleared in the spirit realm, in your body realm, and in the earthly realm. Okay. And that's what people don't understand, because they're dealing with it. All right. Saying, well, why did it come back? Because that's what your body remembers. This is how I protected myself, right? From getting my heart broken again. I'd just be sad again. I know how to be sad, right? I know how to be mad, right? But I don't know how to be joyful, even in the midst of this next person that broke my heart. How can I be joyful, right? So then a story starts. So it's a root, it's an awful thing. And so what we need to do is come in to the healing room and start to detox that energy that, got imprinted into us, through learning experiences. People told us stories, and then we, bought into it, or we saw our family members into it. So we had similar things. So all this stuff is stuck inside of us. And as we send in healing energy, the energy goes in and it finds that thing. It could be in more than one spot in you. It could be in your mind, where you believe that's, how it's going to be for you. All right. Because it was for everyone else in your family. That's one of the beliefs. And then we have to remove that out of the mind, right? So subliminal messages are great, okay, to change the mind. It takes a long time with that, right? We don't want to take a long time anymore. So then we go into the heart, which holds all the emotions. The heart brings life, right? It brings love. And when it's stuck with all kinds of negative emotions, it needs the healing room. It needs to come in and be detox all that garbage out and put in a new medicine, which opens the heart, and you begin to experience peonies in your life and love in your life and joy. And people like asking me all the time, how can you be joyful with that happening? I'm like, it's going to end. It's going to shift. See, if you can act like that, get to that level where it might bother you for a minute or two, and then you're like, that way it doesn't get in there. It doesn't have a moment to get through your higher vibration. So we want to detox anything that is holding us hostage, right? And look at what you would rather experience. Focus on what you would rather experience. So you want to write that down. I would love to experience whatever it is, right? Everybody has their own thing that they would rather experience than what you have been experiencing, right? So that's what we're going to work on. We're going to work on detoxing your energy in a different way than you have experienced before, okay? Now, we want to talk also about the secret energy, okay, that actually is keeping you imprisoned. And that energy comes from the ancient, right? Ancient times we don't know anything about, right? We don't have a clue, but the beliefs were passed down. Now, sometimes they can be really bad, where you will experience many, many traumas, right? Other times they are patterns that run in the family, right? And we all know what they are, right? In your family, you have different patterns running, whether they're nice or not so nice, okay? Now, they're secrets from us. So how do we heal those ancient secrets, right? We gotta come in and get inside to the root. I work at the root. I don't want to work at the top or the middle. I want to get to the bottom, to where the roots are, and heal from the root. So when you heal from the root, the rest has to cooperate and come back to life, right? So that's what we want to work on in the healing room. And the effects of imprints upon you by others, right? An energy transfer. We've all had energy transfers, whether they're nice or not so nice. On these calls, we do nice and positive energy transfers for people. But there are some times when the energy transfers were impacting us in a negative way. So here's some examples when many people may have said to you, you're just like so-and-so. You need to be more like so-and-so. That's impacting you, and it has impacted you. It starts to knock you down, right? And after a while of these people saying to you, you need to be like this, right? You become the you that they were saying you are, and you lost your I am present. And that's what we're dealing with today. We've all done it. Now, there are positive imprints, of course, such as a teacher comes into your life and impacts your life in a wonderful way by training you, right? And sending you out into the world as an adult with some kind of training, which is awesome. A family member may pass down to you a beautiful business, right? Or some talents or gifts. That's good, right? So hold on to the good gifts that you have, that family members shared with you, or teachers, and remind yourself who you are, not who they want you to be, because that is important. That's why you're ungrounded. That's why you feel stuck. That's why you don't feel loved or supported by the universe, by God, by the angels, by other people. All right. And so we need to think about what is the only way to heal? And what do we need to heal? I work with the whole entire being. We have to heal the mind, the body, and the home, right? So in order to heal, we have to do every layer and level. Is everybody understanding what I'm saying today? I surely hope so.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we want to do today is we want to talk to people, see where they're at, and allow them to express what they would like to experience. So when we come to the end of the call, I can bring some of that into the process. And I believe that would benefit everyone here.
Okay, awesome. So do you want to take some questions from people to see what's coming up for them?
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
All right, so if you want to raise your hand, that would be great, or you can always type your question in the chat or whatever is coming up for you in the chat, and we can see what all we can include in the process that we're going to be doing a little bit later. So Marianne, you want to unmute? Yes, maybe so.
Yeah, that,
Maybe she can't. Maybe she's having issues. Is okay. So anybody else, if you want to raise your hand, ask a question, so that Marlena can work on your issue, whatever it happens to be. Just raise your hand or type your question in the chat. Okay. So it was one thing that recently came to my attention, Marlena. The term narcissist or narcissism, I have always avoided it. I don't like labels anyways, but I always avoided it for some reason. It's like I don't want to I don't want to know, whatever, and then I was talking to somebody yesterday and she was giving me some examples of narcissistic tendencies and all that stuff. It's like, oh, that's just like my husband. That's just like my husband. It's like, so now I realize why I was avoiding the term and not wanting to know what it was because I didn't want to deal with it. Now it's like, oh, I wonder what else there is there, that I wasn't sure of, that I've been putting to the side because I had enough to deal with, or I didn't want to deal with that too. So to raise your hand, you can look under reactions, or if you're on the phone, under your name. There's a way there to raise your hand if you're on the phone. All right, so we have some questions in the chat and some people with their hands raised. Marianne, are you there? Yes or no?
Yes,
There
I'm
you go.
here,
Awesome.
but my internet connection is a bit unstable. So,
Okay, so let's talk to you while you're good right now.
well, the reason I jumped onto this call just now is because I woke up dizzy this morning, and I've been staying in bed for most of the day, and it reminded me of my young years when I would feel like this when my body was signaling that I needed a rest. And on a general level, I'd love to declutter my mind and my home, which seems quite appropriate in this call.
Yeah. So number one, dizziness, right? Your ears. Okay. We're going to look at your ears. There may be some water in there. Wax. Okay, so that would be something I would look at if I was you, which you have to do. I'm not coming over there with my Q-tips and all, but also with Feng Shui and knowing what I know, if you have a compass, check your north area, make sure there's no clutter there. Okay. That has to do with your ears, right? North is water, by the way. So,
Yes.
yeah. So, yeah. So that part is one thing. And then hydrate with lemon water. Okay. These are just easy breezy little tips for you today. Yeah. But we will bring the ears and sinuses into the process at the end of the call.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
So that's great, Marianne. And also it's good that you're listening to your body. So you're, you have these signals and signs from your body, so you know that you need to rest, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's great. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. And that's a
Thank you.
kind of a reminder for all of us too, to listen to our bodies as well. And don't forget, we are in the eclipse portal, right? Or the eclipse season. And so, you might be feeling a little extra tired or a little extra spacey even sometimes, etc. Right? So just know that to ground and drink water for sure. All right, L, I think it is EL. You want to unmute?
No.
Yeah, just unmute yourself. If you can.
Hello. Hi, dear
Hi.
Shefali.
Hi.
Hi, my dear Marlene. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you all. Dear Marlene, I get panicked, especially every time there is some contract. I get really panicked, and especially like with agents, which I'm going through right now. Uh, After so many years of looking for to be able to buy a small place for myself, now I'm into an escrow, which the agents tricked me. I like the place because it's nice and that's what I can afford right now. And they tricked me. They tricked me. There is a tenant there, which they said there is 2 months security and he pays this much, that. And then they put me on spot when I send the deposit. Then I found out that there is no security deposit and the tenant doesn't pay what they told me. And now I'm freaking out. Now it's almost the end of the escrow. They promised me that they show me the tenant at least 5 days before the escrow, and now they say it's in traveling. So right the day that I have to send all the money, they said, "Oh, okay, at 8:30, you can see him." And I'm not even sure if they show him. So every time they put me on spot, the date, the last minute, and I want to know what I should do. I'm I get freaked out. I feel betrayed. I know before they tricked me long time ago as a stupid ex or something, which it was only 2 months thing. They got they got my signature for removing all the things that could belong to me. Right now I forgot the name. Like I'm releasing everything, which I had no idea. So always I have that fear of stepping on my back, fear of betraying. They lie to me.
Mhm. Usually they're lying to themselves. So anxiety, fear of the future, number one. 2, anger at
Yes.
yourself. At yourself, number
Yeah.
1, and anger at them.
Yes. I get frustrated because I
Mhm.
don't know the legal things and I don't know what I should do, what I'm supposed to do.
Right now, you own the home.
No,
Okay, did you sell it?
not yet.
Are you in the process of buying it?
Yes, yes. It's
Okay.
a small condo apartment.
And you're supposed to move in.
No, not right now because I cannot afford it right now. And I found out the maintenance, it's a lot. So if the tenant leaves, it's a lot of burden on me.
Okay,
And
so
yeah,
do you own it now?
not yet. It's in the escrow.
Okay, and how long before you own it?
It's next week.
All right,
Next
now,
week. And
next week, guess who's in charge next week?
I
You,
don't know,
you. You're the owner.
but I have fear. I have fear that they tricked me. Uh, and they are getting paid without helping me. Uh, and I had to do
Where
everything myself with fear.
where do you live?
In Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, after you purchase a place, right,
Yes.
you have to have a closing somewhere.
With what?
Right?
Well,
You
yeah,
go to an office and you meet with these people and you end up doing the paperwork there. So do not, from this moment on, do not send them any more money. Meet them face to face.
yes, that's what I told them.
All right. And if they don't, then you're not getting involved in the rest of the sale. You will get your money back. Right.
Well, the thing is, I like the place, and now I'm in. They put me into it, and I even told them, since you lied for the security and other things, you should give me like 2% of your commission, which is equal at least to that 2 months security for me to feel okay to go ahead with this. And they said no, and they did so many things. So I didn't say anything anymore, but still I saw things that they were related to the escrow person, and she betrayed.
Okay, so
Also.
Al. So we're getting way too much
Yes,
deep into the story. This is not a personal session. So
correct.
Marlena will take into account certain things, but what I would suggest is go to the office, talk to a manager, talk to the owner, talk to the manager, talk to somebody other than just the agent, and
Yes, I
explain
did.
everything that's going on.
Yes, I tried to get in touch with the owner.
No, there's no trying. You keep doing it until it
Yes,
happens.
yes, correct.
You
That's what
keep
I'm
you
doing.
keep calling, you go there, whatever it takes. You have to meet somebody face to face, talk to the management. Don't just talk to the agent, talk to the management and get it resolved.
Yes.
And if you have to, take somebody with you. I don't like that, but sometimes, I don't know. People can be weird that way. So,
Yeah. And
but but
then there also is the Better Business Bureau. Never forget that. That'll get them moving. So
yeah. And
yeah.
and did you get documents for the payments that you already made?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so yeah.
But
Yeah,
Yeah.
it,
and so like while the funds are in escrow, they're still yours. They're not gone to the other people yet, right? So until you actually sign the papers, you haven't lost anything. And when it comes to the deposit or whatever, talk to the management and tell them you misunderstood or they lied to you or whatever. But if you keep saying that they lied to you, that they tricked you, the management is not going to help you,
uh-huh.
right? They don't want their agents to look bad, and they're not going to say yes, they definitely tricked
Correct.
you. Yes, they did a bad thing. They're not going to say that. So you
Correct.
have to use different wording.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you for that. Marlene, can you do something so to clear the fear so I can think clearly and do the right things, please?
Yeah, I'll stay on till the end of the call when I'm gonna do all of this all
Yes.
together, okay?
Awesome.
Yes. Thank you. God bless you. I love you both. Thank you so much, all. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good
I
luck.
love you. Thank you.
Uh, okay. So there's a few questions in the chat. Let me just find them really quickly. Hold on. There is from Jaranjit. She sent me a direct message. So she needs healing for her right shoulder, rotator cuffs, plus a twisted. She twisted her right knee, ugh, and she had her right knee replaced. Oh my goodness! All sorts of
Mm,
physical stuff. The right shoulder, so all on the right side. It looks like.
mhm, mhm. Yeah,
Okay, so that's
right
Jaranjit.
side will
I
go,
don't
yeah,
know.
it'll go into the healing room.
And Ina says, I would like, oh, hold on. I would like healing of my migraines and jaw pain and my right hip. So, you know, migraines are due to unresolved trauma from the past, right? And jaw pain is probably related to that. Because, you know, when your blood vessels are tensing and constricting and all that stuff, and you're probably grinding or gritting your teeth and jaw as well. But anyways, that's just my opinion. Marlena?
Yeah, I've heard different things where you're overthinking, if you get migraines, but there's more to it.
No, it's not overthinking.
I know.
No, it's definitely unresolved trauma
And then
from
the
the past.
jaw, the pain in the jaw, think about it emotionally, like this
Yeah.
is a pain, right? It's hard to talk about it, right? Having trouble expressing yourself. So see, stuck emotions. So yeah, what is the pain that you don't want to talk about, right?
Mhm.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Your mouth, right, needs to talk. It needs to express. And if it's in pain, it's like, this is a pain, and it's in the jaw. So it's a pain to talk about it, whatever it is, right? And it, like, it's unresolved trauma that's hitting the head at the same time as the jaw, and it's all in the upper part of your being. So what
Yep.
is there? The crown. So you feel disconnected as well to source, right? There's a lot that, like you say, the body is talking. It talks to us all the time. We know that, right? And you can just be sitting here having a grand old time, and all of a sudden you get pain in the neck, ow, or you fell down all of a sudden. It's like, why did I fall down? What the heck, right? And then you get up and you're like, ow, I never had a pain like that. Your body is, speaking out with something exterior, it's like, oh. And then the feng shui of it is certain energies are, coming in every month on top of what's already here. Okay. So this month, April, we have a double energy coming, right? And you're talking eclipses, and there's certain dates like tomorrow being the 4th. Do not sign any contracts, okay, people, tomorrow, because
So Al, don't sign any contract tomorrow.
yeah, that just came to me. Do not sign any contracts tomorrow, okay? Like, don't buy a car, don't buy, a home. Don't agree with somebody to do something, all right? Tomorrow, say, wait until the next day, because they're like, I know Shefali has been having trouble sleeping, And so at 5, it must be something to do with water energies, and all that's going on right now. But there are certain dates coming this month, like the 9th, the 11th, the 13th, where at, let me get this right, 9 to 11 in the morning, there's a clash. Okay. So in the morning, 9 to 11 on those days would not be a good day to go traveling. All right. So think
Don't worry,
about,
I'm not going anywhere.
right, me either. And then at night on those dates, the other clash, because of the 2 zodiac signs being clashed, the, was it 11? Yeah, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Right. So we may be all of a sudden get energized between 11 and 1, and you'll be like, why can't I sleep? You'll know that I said this. This is just the energy of April. So
Great.
it's pushing us forward to, get out of that slumber, get out of that whatever energy it is. Don't be in fear mode, okay? Just flow with the freedom that we're giving you. But see, our mental, right, cannot comprehend that, because in the subconscious is like, this is what we know to do when this happens, right? And I feel like VICTIM, no, the universe is saying, where did you get that from? Right? Why can't you speak for yourself and tell somebody where to go, if you know what I mean? All right. And stop doing something that your intuition is saying, no, don't do it. Right? We as women especially know gut feeling, right? This is not good. This is not right. Right? Or they did this. You know what they did beforehand. Right? So these are the things, all right, listen to your gut feeling. If you feel like, I can't hear from source, my angels don't talk to me, God's ignoring me, the universe can't stand me, nobody wants to listen to me anymore, my story, get quiet, right? And say, what's the story from the universe about this? Right? What is that? What do I need to do other than fear? All right, and worry. Right? Worry and fear will keep you up all night. It'll make you physically ill, right? It'll stop you from getting a new opportunity that's really much better than you, like the tree that was dead. So fear is dead. What replaces fear? Peace. When you're in peace and calm, you're way above the fear on the chart. Think about it. So we hear the fear, we hear the worry, we hear the stress. We've all had it. Everybody's had that. We have emotions. But when they're stuck and you can't let them go, you're in that cycle right now of panic mode, right? So when you're panicking, you can't hear source. You can't hear the truth, right? So if someone comes and tells you the truth, you get angry at them sometimes, because you're like, you don't know what I'm talking about. You don't understand. That's how we respond, because we're so frustrated. And they're coming in as a helper, a supporter, to lift you up out of that fear mode and move you up over it, right? And that's where we come in when we're on these, falls. And it's not easy being a healer, because we have to know to stay grounded and supported and not listen to the emotions of it. Don't get tied into the emotions of it, and you have an awesome healing service, right? So you bring joy wherever you go, and peace wherever you go, right? As a healer, right? So that's why when I'm here and I can hear your stories, I can hear what's going on in the background. Sometimes I can hear your subconscious thoughts. These are the things, because I'm gifted, right, on many levels. These are the things that as a healer, I have to do. I have to separate myself from the stories, from the pain, from the tears that I feel, because that's just the part of me, all right? And I want to bring everybody onto a new level where you will say, that's happening, right? I know it's happening, but this is what I prefer. This is a challenge for people, right? Such as that story we just heard. That's a challenge. And the universe is saying, we want to heal that part of your life, right? Which has traumatized you and your ancestors. They were afraid to stand up for themselves. They were afraid to say yes. They were afraid to say no. That's enough. And I got to the point in my life where I said, enough is enough. And I'm not doing that anymore. And that's where you got to get to. It's not easy when you're in a storm and your back's against the wall and you're confused. You can't see the next thing. You can't see tomorrow as being beautiful and free. But you're here today because the universe brought you here. Your angels brought you here. Your guides brought you here. Because you needed to know that you're not stuck. Nobody glued you down. Nobody can take your joy unless you let them. So on the call, what level of joy do you have right now? Where is your joy? Where did you leave it? Who did you give it to? Why don't you want to have joy? And even more joy than that. That's a good question. Why wouldn't you want to laugh at that and make it weaker than you? That's a good question, right? So when you're going through, the battle and everything is coming at you and people are saying, didn't you see that? Didn't you hear that? Don't you know it? And you're like, give me a minute, right? Sometimes you have to leave the room and go into another room and close the door and get away from all that noise and just sing. It sounds crazy. Just sing, right? Just dance, do something that you would never do in a crisis, all right? There's days and nights when I'm like, you know what? Tonight I'm having breakfast. I'm going to mess with my mind today, right? For dinner, I'm having my breakfast. And my mind is like, what? We're having breakfast now, right? And vice versa, right? Mess with your mind a little bit because it's so used to that. Do. I get up in the morning, I do. Change it. Change your story. So if you usually get up and you're worrying about that thing all day and all night, and it's stop. Get in your car and go somewhere different. Do something you never do, something happy, something joyous, right? And watch how your vibration can shift higher. You're going to have to train yourself, right? When you're going through a battle. I've been in a battle for over 4 years, right? And I'm laughing because it's one battle after another, after another, after another. And I'm like, you guys can battle back there, but I'm here right now. I'm not there. I'm not in tomorrow. I'm right here in this moment. So I'm not in a battle. I'm in the healing room, right? Able to laugh, able to smile. And people are like, how can you be so happy? I'm happy and grateful for getting me through that day, right? That's what I say at night. Thank you. I'm happy and grateful I made it through today. That was wonderful. I learned a lot. Now, let me sing, meditate, whatever you do, right? Before you go to bed. Do not go to bed all stressed out, right? Put on dance music. I don't care. Clean your house, whatever. Just to shift that nasty, negative, heavy crap. I call it crap because that's what it is. So yeah, there you go. But
So just really quickly, Marlena, there's two more comments in the chat that I want to just discuss really quickly. Annette said, I live in dust, dirt, and clutter. My partner likes it that way. Please help me to motivate to clean. I feel overwhelmed.
okay, does your partner take a shower? When he's taking a shower, guess what you do? Get out the little duster, do, and a vacuum, do. That's what you do to him. All right, that's just one, one beautiful thing and tip to do. I know about piles of clutter. My dad was known to, right on the side of his sofa was a pile of his clothes. They could actually get up and probably walk across the room. Well, when he, went, that pile disappeared. But my mom, when he would go to his job, she would take the pile of clothes, move it, clean, that whole area because she wasn't allowed to touch the sofa area. All right. So I know about that. So in my space before, when I was married, I would vacuum and he would come home and re-vacuum. So I gave up the vacuuming because he was a clean freak with a rug. It had to have straight lines, and I was always vacuuming any direction. And he was taught to everything's straight, right? And I'm like, oh, whatever. And so I just stopped doing the vacuuming and I did everything else. So we all have to, go around the little bumps of people with their dust they like. You like dust? I'll give you a whole bag of it from the vacuum cleaner right on your head. I have a sense of humor. So there's that one.
And Pat says she has a bronchial cough.
Okay, yeah, that's a part of this time right now. Yeah. So, let's see. Go into the west of your home. See what's there. Get a compass. See what's there. And clean it up and put some metal there, okay? Yeah, wonderful. That's
so,
where the love is.
we are going to do the process that's going to include all of this stuff plus more, like Marlena always includes so much in her processes. So it's going to include everything that you all brought to the table plus other stuff. But before we do that, Marlena, let's just quickly talk about your packages.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Please just show the screen.
No.
Okay, so oops, hold on. Oops. Somehow I did something. Okay. Okay. So this is the this is the package. So there's 3 packages, A, B, and C. So in package A, I'm gonna let you talk about it. There's like I think 8 tracks.
Yes. So in package A, okay, we are going to work with the protective boundaries, right? And we're going to want to clear our personal sacred spaces. So that's what track 1 is about. And the process is there as if you were having a session with me. That's how I work here. Every one of these tracks will be like having a session with me. Track 2, we're going to be working on, deep clearing and healing the aura. Okay. So it gets back to, the I am aura of you. All right. And removing everybody else's garbage out of your auric field, and your colors will come back. You see the colors of the rainbow. That's how your aura should look. Nice and bright and gold and pink colors flowing, and oranges and beautiful colors for you, not black and not gray anymore. Okay. When there's black and gray, that is someone else's energy in your field, or a sickness or something, or a pain. It could be seen by people, they have that gift, right? So any foreign, energies or entities stuck to you, they will be gone, right, when you listen to that track. And track 3, we're going to be working with your chakras. And when you look at this offer here, you will see how each area is labeled, right? On the left side, we'll have the positive things, and on the right has what happens with the opposite. Okay. So from peace, right, to fear, things like that. And it goes up to the crown chakra. So the 7 energy centers in the body, known as the chakras, right? Those are the ones that we want to work with next. And then for the track 4, your cup is running over. That's 30 minutes, right? So we're going to work with a actual coffee mug for that. So get a coffee mug out and work along with me. I'll give you the instructions. They're real simple. And we're going to start healing that, negative emotions and thoughts and feelings. We're going to also be removing toxins and chemicals, traumas and shocks out of your entire being. So that is a wonderful track to work with. Track 5, see, now we have a cup of bliss after we empty that coffee cup out, right? So we're going to use that at bedtime for those of us that need to relax, right? It's a meditation for your overall well-being. I put in subliminal messages that will amp up your vibration to a higher states of consciousness. So you can use that nightly before bed and enjoy the sleep that you get. Now, the next one, every one of us needs to have, it is no more attachment. So we have a guided meditation, and together we're going to be removing that ancient energy and all the attachments. Okay. Now, you might have to do it a couple times because your mind is going to not want to quiet down, of course. So it will happen after you listen to it once, and then I always do it twice, because when you're under stress, your body, your mind doesn't want to, really feel into it or receive it fully. So that one I would suggest doing it twice at first, and then you'll be all right with that. Track 7 is validation activation. So the guided meditation, clearing the need to be validated by others. Okay. And I put in my own motivation and affirmations in there for you. Very powerful stuff to, clear out the negative and, put something in its place that's more positive, So you don't want to empty a cup out and then it's totally empty, so more junk can go in. We want to fill it with the right stuff. So fill the mind with the right stuff. Now for track 8, I put it in for most of us that are now working from home. Okay. So you'll have some business success. All right. It's activations with affirmations. Doing it daily before you start your work would be awesome. All right. So that you will have an ever increasing flow. All right. Where the universe and you start to work together on, the manifestations that are positive for your business flow. Right. You can also use it if you are going to a job or looking for a job, success, right, in your business. And then I added in the 30-day remote healing sessions where every night around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be running 30 minutes of remote healing for each and every person who has package A, okay? And if you buy it, you know, in 5 days from now, that's when your 30 days starts. So each person, the day they buy, I write it down and work on that, okay? Package B has everything in package A, and B is really about getting your abundance, bringing in the money, all right? So in track 1, we're going to become super abundant, all right? Guided meditation. We're going to activate your super abundance, your magnetic field, to amp it up and turn it on, okay? Because sometimes it's frozen, right? Or it's going backward. We want to turn it on in the right way. Now, the second one, wealth beyond measure, I'm going to give you a gift here of the golden key that unlocks the door to wealth beyond measure. Now, wealth can be anything in your life, right? It doesn't have to always be about money. It could be about family, friends, you know, whatever, love, romance, feeling good, getting creative, you know, whatever makes you feel wealthy and happy and abundant. That's what we're going to be working on for you. Now, track 3, all right, great for L here, all right, solution generator, pure embodiment. To every question, there is an answer. For every problem, there is a divine solution. So we're going to accelerate the time that it takes for you to receive your solution to your most pressing issues. So what are your issues that need tissues? That's the one that you need to track. Track 4, attraction activation. So, you know, become the match to what you want, right? How do you do that, right? Getting into that right energy field, the right vortex. That is the track for that. Now, track 5 is amp it up, right? Super speed activation, 21 days, all right? Subconscious mind infusion to activate your financial elevation potential. So for 21 days, just turn it on, go about your business, right? Let it play. Now, the next one is great for everyone. For those that have those, you know, family members, this one, you can play it because it is silent. You'll hear a couple of clips that I make it for. You'll be running a cleansing frequency over your entire being, all right, illuminating your energy body and auric field, so you can bring it to work, you can bring it to, you know, anywhere you got to go, a hotel room, you know, a meeting, all right, your job, you can play it in your house and set the intention. Of course, it's going to do it anyway, but set the intention for it to, you know, touch everyone. Okay. That track was made special for somebody and I decided I'll put it in. But what I want you to do is think about coming in to the vortex of invigorating and rejuvenating energetic healing, right? And just bask in the peaceful state of magical bliss with me. It is time to totally relax, receive all that Source has for you, right? The process is going to help you to clear your field and remove those lower vibrational states of being from you, all right? And I'm going to be sending you high vibrational frequencies all throughout every track. So that's what we're doing. And then in package C, you get everything that I just explained with a 30-minute personal session with me, all right? So there's our packages. I am, you know, looking forward to working with everyone that is ready to experience something beautiful, like where something was dead in your life comes back to life, but in such a much beautiful, more, you know, more beautiful than it was before. Let's put it that way.
Awesome.
And
Thank you, Marlena. There's some wonderful testimonials and feedback on the page from people who have worked with Marlena and with the healing room as well. So check those out. There's a fuller bio for Marlena here as well. Check that out as well. So package A, B, and C, there are payment plans available for all 3 packages. Of course, if you're an Inner Circle member, please also use your gift code. Okay. So thank you so much, Marlena. This is wonderful. Absolutely. I think we could all use some of these recordings for sure. I was looking at some of them like, oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, I had to listen to every single one of them. And I went to the store real quick the other day to get something, and it's usually pretty expensive, so it's a once a month thing. And I'm like, okay, and I have my money out, ready to go to pay for it. And the guy who was ringing me up, you usually have to put your phone number in to save a little money on it. He goes, you don't need that. I'm like, okay. Now I was listening to my tracks, so I know they work again and again. And I wasn't even thinking about that. I'm just like, here, I got to hurry up. Well, I saved about 40%.
Oh, nice.
All right. So
Awesome.
these are testimonials that I usually don't share because it's just time for everyone else, not me, right? Now it's me and you. Let's just all group together in the healing room, right? And
Yeah.
see what we can, experience.
Absolutely. So we're going to get ready to go into the healing room and have a healing, clearing, cleansing, high vibe experience.
Yeah. Rub my hands together here. Get that energy juice flowing. All right. Now, we've heard from many people. Some are very silent here, right? They have their things they don't want to express, and that's okay too. The angels know, the universe knows what's going on, what's most needed for you, right? So the first thing I want to do is open up a brand new healing room. Okay, clear out the old one we just were in, right? Remove all the noise and the negative feelings and emotions. Clear everybody here right now of all that energy that we just experienced that was any kind of negative, right? Clearing everyone, mind, body, soul, and spirit, right? Clear that. And what we're going to do today, I'm guided to do, is where you are right now in the room, wherever you are, right? If you're in your car, do this later or pull over in a parking lot, right? Whew. So what we're going to be working on here is a magical infusion of accelerated healing. So the healing will come faster than what you're used to. Are you ready for that? I know I am. So there's nothing you have to do. Don't try and move the energy or any of that. Just receive it. Act like you are, at a massage parlor. You're just laying there. You got headphones on. You're listening to tunes. Just peaceful, right? So the first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to call on that golden cosmic love frequency, the same frequency used for the tree, coming down on you and me right now. That beautiful golden light, the 24 karat gold that I work with, the golden frequencies, the cosmic order light. Everything goes into its natural order where you are right now and the room. So we're going to begin with the ceiling above your head. In that room that you're in, that entire ceiling is going to open up. And the energy is going to start coming down upon each and every one of you right now. The golden light healing frequencies, the infusion of love is coming down onto you right now. Be ready to receive love going into the spine. That's where they're drawing into the spine, into the sacral chakra, It's going into the spine. The spinal cord has been adjusting now. We are adjusting the spinal cord from the brain stem all the way down, balancing out the shoulders, which are out of balance for almost everyone here, going through to the coccyx bone, which you are sitting on right now, the root chakra. You're sitting on the root. We're going to go up every one of those bones. I'm going to ask that the healing angel team comes and puts the cushioning in between each bone where it's been compressed, whether it's arthritis or something in the spine, some kind of fear that was left behind from the past is stuck in the lower back. A trauma in the lower back. You can feel the energy right now in the lower back, balancing out that hip connection. The right hip to the left hip is out of place. Going up the spine again, bringing that spine on the left side straight up in alignment. The right side, going up the right side of the spine, put back in alignment right now, alignment with the universe, alignment right now with the north to south, grounding you, supporting you, going up, 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 again, even higher than that, higher rounds of healing right now. Accelerate. Golden fire, come now. Golden fire. Golden fire from the heavenlies, from the universe. Come down and flow rapidly right now. Shifting old vibrations. Detoxing. Removing stagnation that people are carrying and transmute them now. Transmute them now. Headaches. That is not your headache. That's someone else's headache. Clear that headache now from the other person and from this one here on the call. Clearing the eyes that didn't want to see. Clearing the eye socket. The lens is clear now from all blue light and toxins and debris. Clear from you and me. The ears that were clogged up, too much water, water's out of balance in that body. When the water's out of balance, it needs to come into balance. Bring in the golden fire rapidly restore the water balance in that body. The balance in the kidneys to the ears. The chakra that's out of balance right now, the heart, the throat, clearing the throat, clearing the jawbone and the sides of the head, the pineal gland, decalcify that now. Going through the entire body into the arms. We're going to start at the very fingernails, the fingertips. And send fire through there right now and send it up the arms into the shoulder blades. Somebody's shoulder has been dislodged in a trauma. There was a fight in the spirit realm that caused the trauma. Clearing that energy now. Clear, clear, clear. We're going to run energy down through the legs because somebody had knee surgery. Somebody might have fallen recently also and has no clue that the knee got a little bit of a trauma. So shock and trauma to the legs from surgeries, from falling, from bumping, from tripping. Send healing frequencies of light, love, joy. We love your knees. I love my knees. Now we're going to go down the legs, down the front of the legs, down the sides, and down the back. Running healing frequencies down into the feet and the toes and all the way out. Now we're going to start again at the top of the head. We're going to send down some more fire, burn out everything that is not going to benefit them today whatsoever. Clear now. Clear it now. Send it with a nice bathing, gentle breeze, blowing it right off of them and out of their being. And now putting a beautiful golden light ball of energy around each and every one of us in the room we're in, bringing us into a beautiful, peaceful state of being, relaxed, carefree, joyful, radiant, abundant, and confident, powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful. And I know it. That is your mantra. Each and every day. Say it to yourself in the mirror. I am powerful and I know it. This will work. The more you do something positive, the better the experience and the faster it will happen. Now this energy is clearing and completing for everyone. How are we doing? Let me know. Ooh, that was strong.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it says, well, heavens to Betsy. This process is allowing my body to completely relax. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah,
Awesome.
me too. Totally relaxing, totally calming down my mind and thoughts as well. Marianne says that was a wonderful massage, really relaxing. Thank you. Good. Awesome. So continue to receive those healing frequencies.
Yeah.
And of course, drink water. Like we always say, drink water or ground, right?
Yeah, I actually just got a big container of lemons, and they're all cut up for me. So I'm ready to drink some lemon water to, balance the stomach, right? As we're going through this thing that we're going through right now with the fire energy and everything. So I really, really am amping up lots of fluid, right? Since we can't sleep too much, water signs, we gotta, hydrate, because you get upset, right, when you can't sleep. It's not
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah.
It's not funny, and it drains you,
Yeah.
You
I
gotta-
usually have to take a nap every day at some point.
yeah,
At
that
some
was
point, I have
me.
to take a nap.
That was me. And then I thought, when I can't sleep like this, when I'm in that energy, I'm not going to nap. I'm going to stay awake. I'm going to clean. I'm going to do some creative thing so I don't nap. And then I'm so tired that I can just, if I can't sleep, I can just lay there until I do. So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
getting anxiety almost, like, let me sleep.
Good. How are y'all doing? And Al, I hope you saw all the comments in the chat earlier. Make sure you have copies of all your documents, right? Maybe see a pro bono lawyer, but make sure you have, don't give all your documents. Make sure if you give documents to the agent or whatever, just give copies, not the originals. Right, so keep the originals and give them copies, etc. So good. John G says, thank you so much for the healing. Love you all. Good. So everyone seems to be doing well. Everyone seems to be doing good. Receiving, receiving, receiving. Awesome. And of course, you can go back and watch and listen to this call, receive all the wisdom again, receive all the healing again during the process as well, right? And you can also, if you do it again, you can choose a different, something else you would like to experience. Okay. Awesome. Any other last words of wisdom for us, Marlena?
Well, I want to make sure that everyone received love today. Right? Some kind of form of love in the call. And they can actually smile now. I would want to hear anyone here who wasn't smiling, right? Who can now actually allow themselves to smile. So if you can,
Sinus is very restful. Thank you. So that's
yeah,
great. I'm smiling right now, Marianne says. Good.
wonderful.
Me too. Obviously, I am too.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Michelle says, yes, feel the love. Thank you kindly. Nice.
Yeah,
Good.
I want the love and the joy vibration to really penetrate this video recording. So when it goes out to the masses now, anyone who comes to this video, they're not going to know what's going to hit them, because it's going to be very, very, very powerful and amazing to them. And they're going to be drawn to your summit because of the love, because of the joy, because of the support that they're receiving here. Okay, all the time.
Beautiful.
Even when you are tired, you are here, you are loving people, supporting people, right? No matter what. I've seen it over and over. I'm like, yes, she is a water sign like me. So when the tree gets hit, like it
Still
blossoms.
standing.
Right, still standing. There's that song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about
And
that tree.
speaking of trees, and it says, yes, during the call, my trees out the window were waving with me. Nice.
Oh, the wind is blowing over there and that's
Oh my
how,
God, speaking of wind, you wouldn't believe what we all experienced yesterday. Yesterday we had snow, blizzard, wind, freezing rain, and then rain all night long, thunder and lightning. I mean, it was like we had everything in 24 hours.
wow.
Yesterday. It's like it was crazy. So
Oh, just
wonder if didn't
remember,
sleep.
just remember, you can always hop on a bus, Gus. Make a new plan, Stan. All right.
Yeah.
Here where I am, okay. I don't even want to tell you what the temperature is today. Okay.
I don't want to know. I don't
All
even
right. I'm just
tell me.
gonna say thumbs up finally, but I also have, 2 extra rooms here anytime, my dear. When
Thank
you
you.
want
Yeah.
to need a break,
Yeah.
there you go. But
I
yes,
know. One of these days I will. Marianne says, I guess I'm a water sign too, Scorpio.
yes, yep, yeah.
Yeah.
So floating in the, energy, we float in it, and it's like, woo, we're constantly moving, So sometimes we need to, put on some red color, if you feel too much water sign, okay? Put some red around you, it doesn't matter. Wear, a red shirt, like today I'm wearing bright orange, for fire energy. But it's up to you, like a color that you really like, maybe bright yellow, something that just has a little fire to it, right? Orange, bright pink,
I don't think I have anything red. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything red.
it doesn't
Usually
matter.
I have blue or purple or white.
Yeah, because you're water, right? And you're flow, and that's good. But I mean, if you're feeling like I need a rest, maybe
Yeah.
get a red towel, a little red
Yeah.
hand towel,
Yeah.
or a red stone, a healing stone.
I have a shawl that has red tones in it. I'll use that.
Yeah, just put it near
Yeah.
you and take a nap and say, I'm gonna lay down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Something, but
Beautiful.
that's what we need to do. But wow.
Awesome. Thank you. So no, this was a great call, great show, great vibe, great wisdom. So definitely I'll have the recordings out in a little while. So please go back and watch and listen. Take advantage of Marlena's packages and work with her. They are all recordings and packages A and B, and then of course the private session and package C and as well. So take advantage of that. Today is Thursday, so we don't have any more calls this week, but I might do the community call this weekend. I might not. I have to see. I don't think I will, but maybe I'll do it next. I don't know. It's a crazy month. So the community call might be later on this month. So stay tuned for that. So just watch your emails, everyone. Okay. So all right, Marlena, thank you so much. This was great.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
thank you. And I see you were wearing your bracelets.
Oh, yes, definitely. I have more than this. I have stuff in my pockets and yeah.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful, beautiful, good. All right, everyone. So thank you, thank you, thank you for your questions, comments, feedback in the chat. Thank you, thank you. And until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings. Bye for now,
Bye.
everyone.